Spring and summer, best time to sell and open house strategies. Hello, everybody. My name is Roxanne Govari with Pemberley Realty here in San Diego, California, and along with my partner, Santiago Guerin.
Hello, everyone. Looking forward. Great topic today and a really good guest today.
Yes, we are super excited to have our wonderful guest, Bobby from Breakthrough Broker. Thank you so much, Bobby, for joining us, and we're excited to see everything that you're going to show our audience with amazing marketing that we have. Moving forward with for our audience and for our sellers and buyers and also to get the insight from you on the market.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. Happy Thursday. Excited to be here.
So from what I hear, from what I hear, spring and summer are the best times to actually sell, which is right where we are. So with your experience, have you seen spring market being robust and full of deals and full of activities and all of that good stuff?
Yeah, Roxanne, absolutely. I mean, on a typical year, this time of the year, you see a higher volume, more houses coming on the market, more buyers on the market. Of course, that could depend year to year on what's going on within the world, within your specific market, which we have some things that are, of course, affecting that, interest rates, all sorts of factors there. But yes, overall, on a year-to-year basis, you're going to see a higher rate of homes coming on the market and buyers available in the market. So, what we want to talk to about today is, how you can really leverage certain tools for one, but also how you can take advantage of that, how you should be maybe marketing yourself,
Mhm.
specifically marketing your listings,
Mhm.
doing open house specific strategies and direct mail and social media. There's all
Mhm.
sorts of things that you could be doing on a weekly, on a daily, on a monthly basis to really take advantage of being in this market today.
Right, right. We are ready and excited to see what you're going to show us.
Awesome. So let me share my screen here, and for those of you that aren't familiar, um, I come from Breakthrough Broker. So you can go to Breakthrough Broker. You can have an account on breakthroughbroker.com. But some of the things I'm going to show you are specifically under the Pemberley Realty domain.
Mhm.
So I do want to show how important it is to do direct mail for one. How you can do social media, specifically with open house, and then we can also talk about a little side note, downsizing specifically as well. We're seeing a huge population of, of sellers specifically that are looking to downsize. So how can you market to those specific people? Different things
Mhm.
like that. So I just want to briefly show a couple things here. And again, this is under the Pemberley Realty domain within their marketing center. What you can do, and I'm going to go into, I know we want to highlight open house. And the other thing I want to highlight specifically are open house postcards and direct mail specifically. So let me jump into an open house postcard here. We've got a few different designs, a few different options here. But one thing that we want to highlight today is a VIP open house postcard. So let me jump into this postcard here. And the idea, the goal of this postcard specifically is to send it to the neighborhood of where your listing is.
Mhm.
So let's say you've got a new listing and you're going to do an open house this weekend or next weekend. At this point, with it being Thursday, if I want to send a direct mail out, it does take a few days to get to those mailboxes. So let's say I'm a week ahead of time and I want to send this out to the neighborhood where my listing is. I'm going to actually send them this VIP postcard. Of course, I'll update the date, the time, and I'm going to send this to the neighborhood. I'm going to actually let them know to come at least 1 hour ahead before the general public. It's kind of like a VIP postcard that we're going to send to them. You know, anybody, whenever you have a listing in your neighborhood, you have neighbors who are, of course, maybe not interested in the actual property, but they're just curious what you're listing it for, what the value is, and what their property value is potentially. So we'll say, be my VIP guest. You include the details here, and a couple things I can do here. In the top right, we have direct mail. So I'm going to send this out to the neighborhood, and this will get printed, stamped, mailed out, and arrive to those names and mailboxes in the neighborhood. So when I click direct mail here, and I don't know if you guys are using direct mail often, but we're seeing much higher rates compared to like emails. Direct mail has been much more successful overall. So, and this is also a time for you, if you haven't done your marketing plan or your budget for the year, this is a time for you to really determine, how much money you want to put into your marketing and how much return you potentially get on what you put into your marketing here. So with our direct mail tool here, a couple things. If you have an existing address list, you can upload that here. So maybe you got a list from another data provider or a lender. Maybe you have a really specific list that you had gotten. You can upload that here. This can be printed, stamped, and mailed out to those names and addresses. Let's say we don't have a mailing list and we really want to send it to my neighborhood where my listing is. I can click the want to target new neighborhood. This is going to take us to our mapping tool. It's going to give us the ability to actually draw a radius on a map and pick and choose where exactly we want to send this. So what's a good zip code or a city that we could use as an example here?
Let's go with 4621 Alabama Street.
Okay. So yeah, you can enter a zip code, a city, a specific address. It's going to take you over that general area. So if I zoom in here, I will see 4621 Alabama Street. If I zoom out, I've got a couple of options. So I can send this to confirmed homeowners, probable renters, or both. We get this information from tax details. So let's say you want to send it to both. Now you can choose if you want to do a points. So if you want to send it to everyone within this general area, you can get really specific. Or if you just want to do a general radius, you can send within this general radius here. And then if you want to get specific on maybe the property details, such as year built, value, beds, bath count, you can do so. If not, you can simply select show price. And it's going to pull in this case, all of the homeowners and renters within that radius. So it's telling me there's 223 owners and renters within this radius. If that was too little or too much, you can adjust this and you could regenerate the list. So now we're going to send my VIP open house postcard to everybody in this neighborhood. If I go to continue, it'll break down the delivery times here. So it usually takes about 4 to 6 days from when you get it printed to be stamped and mailed out to those names and addresses. You can include yourself in the mailing list. So if you want to receive a copy, see when it shows up, how it looks, how it feels, you can do so. And then it breaks down the cost here. So this is going to go first class. It's 95 cents per postcard. That includes postage. If you want to go bulk mail, if you don't have a quick turnaround time there, you'll see you get a discount for going bulk mail. The mailing list is 7 cents per address. So I'm paying that $15.68 for the mailing list. So my total for my 224 postcards is going to cost me $228.48. If I had my own mailing list, I'm not paying this cost. You're just paying this cost if you ever want to generate a list from the system here.
Got it.
I will add to cart. I will pay with the credit card. This will be printed, stamped, mailed out, arrive to those mailboxes within 4 to 6 days. All the neighbors will then get it. They'll be like, okay, wow, awesome. I'm going to show up early. I'm going to go maybe have breakfast burritos, something there early in the morning. The other thing you can do is you can create door hangers. You can go in, you can print off a bunch of door hangers. You could send them to your local printer. You can download them within the system here. You could go on to TaskRabbit, have somebody go out and put one on all the doors there in the neighborhood. You could then post it on social media. So there's all these different ways that you should be marketing specifically for your open house with direct mail, with social media, to really leverage to get the most out of your listing and how you're marketing it here, if that makes sense.
And I think just listed postcards are a great way to actually let the neighbors know, because the neighbor, if they're not actively looking, they're not going to go to a website to actually see that the property has gone up for sale. But if they're getting a postcard, then it's in their face, and then they notice it, and then from there they can of course still go to a website to get more details, but at least the postcard let them know. And now if they have friends or family that are interested, then it's going to be on their radar to let those other people know.
Exactly. So you can push the open house postcard. You could also send, as you said, a just listed postcard to a different area. If you have your own mailing list that you get, if you want to send it to a specific area, or within the mapping tool here, you can also send that out. But I think it is important, again, to include in your marketing budget at least some funds for direct mail here. Again, seeing a good return on that overall. So just something to think about as you continue to market your listings this spring and going into summer there.
I see a section for social media. What does that look like?
Yep, good question. So social media, there's tons of social content in here. Again, as an active agent, you should be, active on your social media weekly. So at least posting a couple times a week, right? So you've got your listing content, you've got your open house content. There's regular size posts, there's story size posts. So you can do both to share on your Instagram, your Facebook, whatever you use. If you don't have a listing or an open house, you can always promote, your brokerage's listings, things like that. There to be active. But you'll also see here, there's engagement posts, there's market stats, there's holiday posts. There's tons of stuff in here for you simply to just be active as an agent. So I know a lot of agents on a weekly basis or a monthly basis, they'll come into the platform, they'll create a bunch of different social posts. So whether that's listing, open house, or if they're just providing like a monthly update, a market stat update post for their area. If there's a holiday, they've got engagement posts. There's specific posts in here to target potential sellers who are downsizing. So there's all sorts of content in here. And we add to this on a quarterly basis as well. But all sorts of content in here for you simply to be active on your social media. Whether you have a listing or not, there's always something in here. And a lot of agents will create, download, share to their social media at least a couple times a week. Make it easy to share on social media, specifically within the system here as well. So if I go into, and I'm just going to go into a social story post here, everything's customizable. So I don't know, are you guys familiar with Canva, or does anybody use Canva or any other?
Yes, we do. We do use Canva a lot.
Okay.
Canva has made our lives a lot easier. But I think the ideas that you guys have are always more clever than what's available within Canva to us.
Yeah. So, the idea with the system here is that, this is specific to real estate for one. But the other thing is that this is tied into the MLS. There's a couple things that make this easy. So the design's already done for you, but it's just plug and play. So you can drag and drop images, you can update the text, you can enter an MLS number of a listing, it'll populate everything for you, it'll bring in those images from the MLS, and it's done. You can still make customizations and changes. You can download it directly to your computer, and then you can share it on your social media from there. Or if I go to share, you can actually post directly on your social media. You text the image directly to yourself. So most agents prefer this. They'll create their item. They'll go to send a phone here. They'll enter their phone number. You'll enter your phone number here. You'll get a text message from this number with that image you just created. You can then save it to your phone, and then you can pull up your social apps. So your Instagram, your Facebook, whatever you use, and you can simply post it from there.
Yeah.
So really quick, easy with social media specifically. But the idea with this is almost to be easier than Canva. There's a little bit more restrictions because you can't add text boxes and image boxes and move things around, but the design's already done for you. You can just plug and play from there.
And so what you're saying is you can actually have, you can do an MLS lookup, find the property and go directly from the address to here.
Correct. So if you have an active listing, and this is just a demo one, but you would enter the MLS number, you would confirm the address, and then it's going to bring in, the price, beds, baths, square feet, images. If you want to swap out an image, you can click on an image, use MLS photos. All of the photos from the MLS will be available. So if you want to throw in a kitchen image there, you can select it. You'll have to crop it to fit that box. I realize this one's a really narrow vertical box.
Yeah.
But you'll crop it to fit it however you like it. When you select done, it simply swaps it out there for you. So
nice.
Makes it really easy with that MLS connection to bring in the details for you and then make your customizations from there.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. To just be able to market your listings that much easier, bring more traction in a lot.
Yeah, exactly. There's, that's really just the tip of the iceberg for what you guys have in the system here. I mean, there's everything from, you can create property websites, you have your listing and buyer presentations, you've got video content, great helpful documents like open house content, and going off of the open house strategy here. So of course you send out your open house postcard, you post on social media, maybe you print out some door hangers. If you go into helpful documents and you go into open house, you'll see a few other items that you can really leverage here. So for example, you've got a comparison chart that you could print off. A handful of these, you can download them, print them from home, print them from office, take them to Staples, whatever you use, print these off, include them at your open house for potential buyers to take. And then also these comparison charts, they have your information on them. So let's say they come to your house, they fill it out, they have their feedback, they go to their next house, fill it out, the next house, they're seeing a handful throughout the day. They go home, they review their comparison chart to make a decision. They see your information at the bottom. It's just another way to stay in front of potential buyers as well. You've also got other random things here, like we see families that love kids activity sheets. You print these off, leave them at the house when kids are touring the homes with their families. This gives them something to do. You've got checklists, sign-in sheets, all sorts of things that you can leverage and use here. I went to an open house near my neighborhood recently that I was walking through, and the listing agent had a a unique strategy I haven't seen before, but he had a guy he had hired who was actually grilling Wagyu burgers out the front. And so everyone, and there's a farmer's market down the street, everyone's coming into his open house there. And it was really well done. But what I noticed, he didn't have any like, there was a listing flyer, but didn't have any of his information on it.
Mm.
There's like, and he had all this traffic coming in, and then I left that open house, and the next day I was like thinking about that burger actually, and I was like, wait, what was that guy's name? I was like, and I didn't know. And so there's different things to download to print again that has your information on it to make it clear
Yeah.
to include at those types of things, and different ways to get creative. I thought it was really impressive what he had done there, but yeah, those are just
He just needed one more step to make himself memorable.
yeah, exactly. Because I was like, that's the effort that I would want to see my agent put into an open house and put into marketing for my listing if I was to
Right.
come on the
Right.
market. It's really impressive. But so there's tons of, and that's the thing that's in the system here. There's all these low hanging fruit that you can simply download, print from home, and use. You don't have to use direct mail and pay for the print and all of that. There's all these things in here that for social media and videos and
Are
again,
great ideas that can generate business.
exactly. So all different types of things there. But
Awesome.
yeah,
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Bobby. Thank you for sharing this amazing information. Audience, if you are thinking of selling, you can see that we have great tools and lots of really, really creative marketing material that we can use to market your property. And so on that note, if you are thinking of buying or selling here in San Diego or anywhere in the U.S., you can reach out to us. There is my phone number, and of course my partner Santiago. There's his phone number, and you can also reach us at PemberleyRealty.com, and we also love to hang out on Instagram. So if you're on Instagram, please give us a follow. If you are on Facebook, we would also appreciate it if you give us a follow as well. And we want to thank you, Bobby, for joining us in this session. And as usual, Santiago, I forget, if they're watching us on YouTube, what do you want them to do?
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah,
And
for the new ones. Yeah.
yep, so that you get notification for our future videos, and of course the amazing guests that we have joining us every week to share the nuggets and some of the amazing work that either we do or our partners do with us. And thank you again, Bobby, from Breakthrough Broker, to join us today and give us the amazing information that you provided. And audience, make it a great day.
awesome.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks so much, guys.